If you live in the UK and you're planning a little European adventure, you plan to apply for the Schengen Visa this 2025, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to guide you through the process of applying for a Schengen Visa from the UK. I'll be sharing my top tips on how to increase your chances of getting the coveted 1 year or 6 months multiple entry Schengen Visa. Don't go anywhere. Little disclaimer, I am not an expert. Everything that I'm saying in this video are my own experience and the experiences of people around me. So do your own research before you go ahead. Grab your pen, grab your notepads because class is in session. Schengen Visa allows you to travel to 27 European countries without needing a separate visa for each. There are different types of this visa. You have the single entry, the double entry, and the multiple entry. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on the multiple entry because I know that's the one you want. We'll be focusing more on how you can increase your chances to get the 6 months to 1 year multiple entry Schengen Visa. If that looks like something that you're interested in, I know you're interested. That's why you clicked on this video. Keep on watching. But before we go on, like this video, share this video with someone that you know would need it. Let's talk about how to apply for a Schengen Visa. I think the first thing you need to do is to determine which embassy you want to be applying to. The one I have experience with is the Netherlands. That's the one I'm going to be focusing on. I don't have experience on the other ones. I have friends who have applied to Spain and to the German embassy, but I've come to realize that the Netherlands is where the gist is at. So keep on watching. Once you pick the embassy that you want to apply through, the next thing is for you to go to the embassy's website and fill up the application form. I'm going to leave the Netherlands embassy's link in the description because that's the one I have experience with. Let's get to the things that you need to fill the online application form. It's quite easy. You'll fill in your length of stay, your purpose of stay, the cities you intend to stay in case you're staying in multiple cities. But if you're not, it doesn't matter. Not filling multiple city does not jeopardize your chances of getting multiple entry. For me, I only filled the Netherlands as a place that I'm visiting and I was still given multiple entry. You need your passport details, you need your employment details, and you need to fill in your BRP expiry dates. Your BRP details basically. Bear in mind, all UK BRPs are expiring in December 2024. Do not write that date there. Make sure you write the actual expiry date of your BRP. It gets why. Now that you've filled your online application form and you've submitted it, the next thing you need to do is to gather your documents. Do you know what documents you need? Don't worry, that's why you have me. The first document you need is your passport document. Make sure you have at least 6 months. People say to have 3 months validity from the time of your intended visit to the time that you're going to return, but I'll just say just have 6 months valid on your passport. You know, we're trying to get 6 to 1 year, 6 months to 1 year Schengen Visa. You also need your UK BRP. Your UK BRP is where I would advise that you have at least 3 months validity on your BRP. But because we're targeting getting 6 months to 1 year, I would say to have at least 7 to 12 months validity so that you can increase your chances of getting 6 months to 1 year multiple entry visa. The next thing that you need is evidence of your flight booking. You don't have to book an actual flight for this. I know for a fact that Netherlands Embassy still accepts dummy booking. I booked my own flight on dummyticket.com. That's where I booked it, dummyticket.com. And the tickets are verifiable. I paid, I think, about £15 for the dummy ticket. I'm going to put the exact price on the screen. I paid £15 for the ticket. But if you're sure of when you want to travel, these tickets are actually quite cheap. You can go on Ryanair and book a ticket. But in my case, I wasn't quite sure of when I was going to go, so I booked my ticket on dummyticket.com and it's verifiable. You also need to book proof of accommodation. I booked my own accommodation on booking.com. I booked my accommodation on booking.com. Also need your bank statements. For bank statements, 3 months would do. If you are a student, get a letter from this or from your school saying that you're a student. And if you're going to be traveling during the holiday, get a letter just showing that you're on holiday. If you're traveling during term time, you shouldn't be traveling during 10 time as a student anyways. So that's by the way. If you're working, get a letter of employment from your employer. Also include your 3 months pay slip. It helps to boost your case. The next thing you're going to need is a travel insurance. You cannot afford to go there without a travel insurance. Make sure you go with your travel insurance. I would say to do the 1 year travel insurance. I got mine from CoverWise, and I think I got it for like £13.22. So it's not expensive, and it covers 1 year. Do not bother to go with a passport photograph. They would not be taking that from you. You don't need a passport photograph. They will take a picture of you at the embassy. Now let's talk about the tough bits, and that's getting a visa appointment. That is obviously very hard. You just need to keep checking, and you book your appointment on VFS website. You can attend your Netherlands visa appointment in London, Edinburgh, Birmingham, and I think Manchester. I'm going to confirm that and put it on the screen. I'm not sure right now, so do not quote me. I attended mine in Edinburgh because I couldn't find an appointment in Birmingham, even though Birmingham would have been perfect for me. So I had to go all the way to Edinburgh. And for that appointment, I paid £15.40. Let me tell you one thing. If you book an appointment somewhere and you end up not going and you cancel before the date of your appointment, you'll be refunded. You're welcome. Please mention. So you can quickly book somewhere. If you see a date that you like, you can book a date. You can book it just to lock it down. And then if you find something somewhere else in a city closer than you, just just cancel the old appointment and then book the new one. Actually, book the new one before you cancel the old appointment. You get why. Anyways, let's talk about my experience at the VFS office. I attended mine in Edinburgh. Like I said, it was quite easy to locate. They would not attend to you until it's time for your appointment, so don't bother to arrive early. Don't quote me, but really that was what happened with me. They would not attend to you until it's time for your appointment. And when it's time for your appointment, make sure you have all of your details. Your appointment confirmation page, you would need that. You need your passport, travel insurance, you need your hotel booking, you need your bank statements. For your hotel booking, make sure it's the confirmation that you print. It should have your name. It should have the dates that you're arriving there. Make sure that that's the one you have. Have your flights reservation. For your bank statements, I would say to have enough money to cover your trip. What I did was that I had paid for most of my things. If I've booked my flight and I've paid for my hotel, I've paid for most of the things. So some people will say to have about £60 for every day that you want to stay there. I'm just going to say that have enough money to cover it. Some other people will say to have like about £1,000 in your account. Just use your discretion. And then try to have a cover letter. I did not use a cover letter and I still got my multiple entry. Forget anything, they usually have computers there that you can log into your email and print those things. But I'll tell you, those things are time wasters. Like, you waste a lot of your time if you want to do that. So just make sure that you go in with all of your documents. Also, make sure that you have proof to show that you have a longer time to remain in the UK. Do you get what I mean? In essence, I'm saying because everyone's BRP expires in December 2025, make sure that you have something to prove that your BRP actually expires a bit longer. And here's my tip. If you want to get 6 months to 12 month multiple entry visa, make sure that you fill your details in accurately. Number 2, try to have enough money to cover your trip and to show that you can afford the trip. 3, make sure you have strong tie to the UK. If you're still studying and you have about 6 months or 8 months to go, they know that you're not stupid. You will not abandon your education and go and stay in their country. So that's something. If you're working, make sure that you get a letter from your employer to show that you're employed and you're valuable and you will come back or something like that. Do you get what I mean? That's another one. But I think the most important one is having a longer validity on your BRP. In my case, I didn't have a long time left, so they gave me just a short time. But I've given this advice to my friends that have longer validity and they've collected 6 months, 1 year from the Netherlands embassy. If they don't give you, come back and dash me money on this video. But I'm kidding. Just put your best foot forward and I wish you all the best with your visa application.